Hi everyone, welcome to Sincerely Molly, where I share all the things I love and I sincerely hope you like it. I'm Molly, and today I'm going to be dishing about all things goals for 2020. Many moons ago, I had DIY'd a vision board slash whiteboard on this channel and have loved making them ever since. I've always been a very goal-oriented person and have loved sharing about topics like that on my blog, and for whatever reason, they end up being some of my most popular posts too. Not quite sure why, I'm pretty mundane, but here we are. But yeah, I'm just all about that sort of stuff, you know, setting smart goals, creating a visual and tangible thing to associate with goals, as well as just really utilizing the law of attraction to kind of illustrate that manifestation point. Previously, I had put on my board wanting to go to Europe, you know, pictures of Germany and Luxembourg and places like that, and eventually the opportunity presented itself later that year, so I don't know, maybe that worked. In another instance, on one of my boards, I put that I want to get my real estate license, and while it didn't happen that year, it eventually did, and here I am, now a real estate agent in New Hampshire. While I think these instances play to that manifestation point, it definitely does reflect the whole goal setting aspect of a vision board. You know, the more often you're seeing something and the more repetitive that thought is in your head, then you would think the more likely you're going to be able to accomplish that. I really do think there is something to be said for just saying your goals out loud and putting it into the universe, so to speak. And I think a vision board is a great way to do that. Plus, if you're anything like me and you're go with a million thoughts swirling through your head at any given point, then being able to write down your goals and create a vision board can be really helpful. It is what I consider to be a very important first step to success. So anywho, on to making the board and manifesting those dreams into reality. So I first start this process on Pinterest by saving a bunch of photos that resonate with me to a vision board. After selecting a bunch and seeing how they look together, you know I'm all about that aesthetic, I went ahead and printed them out. There are 8 full pages here that I have to fit on a 1 foot by 1.5 foot board. Not sure how well that's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. I'd hate to have to reprint the photos and shrink them and waste ink and paper. Poor trees. I'll make this work one way or another. So speaking of the frame, I did get a frame from Savers, and it was secondhand obviously, and it was only $3. And I'm not gonna have it vertical like this, but rather have it horizontal, like so. I've really wanted a gold vintage looking frame like this that I'd be able to hang above my desk that would fit the rest of my decor. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that's it. This is my future vision board. I had a vision. And here it is. I'm so happy that I found this because I almost bought a frame from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and that would have been like $30+ at least. So for $3, can't complain. Highly recommend shopping secondhand for DIYs. Okay, so now to deconstruct it a bit so I can get the actual board. Bye-bye art, though I really like that little sun hat. It's very cute. Now time to cut the photos, and I'm just using this fancy schmancy tool from Joann's. This quote kind of encapsulates what I'm working towards this year. If you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't step forward, you're always in the same place. It's a very good reminder and one that I need often to be able to step out of my comfort zone. I so hope that 2020 is a big year of growth in a positive way. And this quote I think is a great anchor and inspiration for that. Then I have this photo that is not only a great shelfie, but it has a gorgeous piano in it. And I'd love to pick up playing again and get back into that and practice. Music is just very therapeutic, and playing the piano is the best. I have this one with a typewriter to remind me to get writing, get blogging. I am somewhat working on a novel, aka I just have 1 chapter done and the plot lined out. That's something I'd like to spend more time on this year, so this is a reminder to get writing. This photo to me just represents stopping and smelling the flowers, not the roses, I guess. It's just a very calming and peaceful photo. Then I have this little quote that says, begin anywhere. Kind of going off the last quote, I think a lot of times we can hold ourselves back and not start because we don't perceive it as being perfect, the perfect opportunity, perfect timing, whatever it may be. So this is just a reminder to begin. That is the most crucial step, is to just start. And that's something I definitely need to practice at. Then I have this little très bien photo. French is something that I've been wanting to learn. I've been pretty consistent with doing Duolingo, so I'm hoping to become even better and hopefully get up to kind of like an intermediate level French rather than elementary. This photo is kind of random, I guess, and it's just a shelfie. So it has beautiful blue and white porcelain pieces on it, which again, you know I love. This is just so beautifully decorated, and I feel like this fits in perfectly with the aesthetic. Next I have this blue and white vase with peonies. I absolutely love to watercolor, and that's something I want to do more of this year, so this is a reminder for that. I'm hoping at the end of this year, beginning of next year, I'll be going to Hawaii. So this is a location that I'd like to go to in the near future, and hopefully it will pan out depending how everything kind of falls into place. I'd love to visit the islands. Then I have this little screenshot of my Instagram, and I photoshopped my follower goal on it. Honestly, this is kind of like a great hack for having a visual for a certain goal. Obviously my follower count is not 10K at the moment, but with a little, erasing paint tool and then putting in the 10K, I now have a visual of what that would look like. So now that's kind of imprinted into my mind, and this is what I want to get to. So hopefully that will happen this year. I feel like if you can see something and you truly believe it, it's more likely to happen. So this is one area that I guess Photoshop can be a good thing. Just like with the Instagram following, I made one for my YouTube channel. My goal is to reach 5K this year, and I don't necessarily think this is realistic given how long it took me to reach 1K, but a girl can dream. So I decided to Photoshop it anyway and put that on my board. I have this photo here to just represent my love of reading. I actually also have this Hello Gorgeous mug too, so it's like it was meant to be. Plus it has Pride and Prejudice on it, and that's my favorite book ever. Then I have this photo of Elle Woods, and I picked it out more so for the fact that Reese Witherspoon played Elle. I think she's an incredible actress. I love her little book club and things like that. Of course, I love the role of Elle Woods too. She's such a quirky character and ends up kicking butt. Who doesn't love that? And also her little Chihuahua Bruiser, how cute. I have this adorable little kitten because I'm hoping to adopt a kitten this year. I plan on moving into a new apartment that will allow pets, and that means I'm gonna get a kitten. I'm so excited. This photo of Audrey Hepburn dancing is just such a mood. It is the vibe for the year. Have fun, dance, be silly. Plus she's just an amazing, classy woman, so a great role model. So she gets a spot on the board. Then I have this photo with the gingham duffel bag and passport, very preppy, very cute. And again, this is to show that I want to travel more this year. Even if it's local and within New England, I just want to get out and see more places. I feel like that's what 2020 is going to be. It's going to be a lot of broadening horizons, expanding what you know, and seeing different places. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Baking and cooking is something I want to do more of this year, of course. You guys know that I love cooking, I love sharing recipes. 2020 will also be a year about doing things that spark joy, like cooking and baking. I have this photo of Nantucket because I'd really like to visit there this summer. I debated whether or not to put financial goals on my vision board. However, I feel like that's its own separate thing. So I'd like to just have a basic representation of it, and that would be these little piggy bank jars. So while I'm not saving for college, I am working towards paying off student loans. I have other goals based around how much I want certain accounts, so like savings and things like that, as well as retirement and whatnot, as well as saving for different things like a car and a house, even though that will be down the line a couple of years, but being proactive about that. So I have my financial goals for 2020, of course. I hope this year is good to everyone in that regard. I have this quote, "Take the risk." As I had said, this year is going to be a lot about broadening horizons, stepping out of comfort zones and things like that. I think I end up being my own worst enemy sometimes, and I let fear hold me back. So this is just a reminder to take the risk, push that fear aside, and just jump in. I'm sure others can relate, but I felt like this is a good motivational quote to put on my vision board. Then I have this one of a ballet dancer, and that's something that I'd like to get back into this year. I'd like to pick up ballet classes again. Even though I'm an adult, I don't think it's too late to start dancing or get back into dancing. It just brings another level of energy and life to you. If you haven't danced, I would highly recommend trying it, just dabbling in it. Don't worry about not being good or what you look like, just enjoy the movement of it and focus on the music, how that makes you feel, and it'll be so worth it. But yeah. And that is it for this video. Just as a reminder that if you believe in something enough, you will attract it. Best of luck to you as you accomplish your goals for 2020 and beyond, and thank you so much for watching.